My name is Wallace. I am a silly vampire. You might ask why it is I am so silly. It is because it is in my nature to be a silly person. One might say it is advantageous in life to be silly. I truly believe that. The reason why I say that is because life, in many regards, seems. You can interpret things different ways, right? But in certain situations, there's so many ways to interpret things, and there's many people interpreting things, and it's just like, you could. There's an expression: you could spin your wheels in the mud all day, and you could go ahead and say your wheels are the spinniest in the mud, and your mud is the thickest of the mud, and that person's wheels over there are not as important as your patch of mud and your wheels. You could say that all day. The thing is, it's silly. And if you understand what I'm saying, then I think you've been there and you understand. But if you don't understand what I'm saying, what I'm trying to basically say is that everybody, in some way or another, at some point in their lives, have struggles. And there are different responses to that, of which could be described as spinning your wheels in the mud. So I'm a gosh darn alpha male. What does that mean? Why do I bring that up? Well, I do have some special leadership abilities that can be considered gosh darn magical. I do believe in God. I do pray to God. And the reason why I bring that up as well is to say that I do believe that leaders, good leaders, or just leaders who care about other people, I think they are, you know, I don't say every leader is this way, but I like to think that you know God is present, helpful, and loving, and helpful towards people who are wanting to help others. Now, do I think my life is independent of other people? No. No. The reason why I say that is that I realize that one of the only reasons I'm able to withstand so much of life's turmoil. Today was kind of a. Today was the first day. It was really kind of getting cold. Like there's like snow, ice, a little bit of ice coming down. And it kind of made me realize I'm like, this is gonna be a gosh darn winter. I'm like, I can kind of get the feeling that a lot of people are gonna be gosh darn cranky, including myself. So, as a indicator of crankiness, as a leader, I see that as an opportunity. An opportunity for what, you may ask? Well, to put in the work. To put in the work where exactly? That's a good question. So I'm very intelligent. I'm very creative. I'm very talented at. Uh, I'd say one of my best strengths is being delusional and being able to use delusions to be a good actor, method actor. Why is any of that relevant? Who cares? Well, it helps to be able to survive and adapt, to learn, and to be a part of different people's lives. Why does that matter? Who cares? I'm just living my life. I'm just a single dude, and just, hey, everybody's just trying to live. Well, that ain't true. all it takes, I think this is a lesson I learned a long time ago. All you gotta do is be in a room with at least one other person who says, only my wheels in the mud matter. That's all it takes. Just go ahead, walk into a room, set, go ahead and believe that your wheels spinning in the mud matter. That's all that matters. That's all you're gonna focus on. That nothing else. Nothing else is gonna enter your mind. That's it. And walk into that same room with a person who has the same way of thinking, and try to survive for longer than 5 minutes without going bonkers, without going crazy, because that's what's gonna happen. It ain't gonna work. You can trust me on that one. You're in a room with someone who who ain't putting up with your crap, and you ain't putting up with their crap. Nah, it's not gonna work. So back to what I was saying about uh, putting in the work. Why why in God's green earth? I think that's the expression. Do I want to put in extra work? Well, I've said in this video series before, when you're the only, I said when you're the only man in the room. That's not true. That's not a good expression. When you're the only person in the room, that's not a good way to express this either. It's when you a part of me will say when you're the only vampire in the room. No. It's when you're the only you in the room. I think that's my new updated version of that expression. Because every person, whether they believe it or not, or know it or not, or experienced it or not, are being how do I say this? Like, I know I can say this, but I want to say it correctly. It takes to truly give me a sec. I want to say this correctly. But basically what I'm trying to say is, we all got our wheels spinning in the mud right now. Maybe not right now, but at times. And right now with the weather, people getting cranky or whatever, it's difficult. It takes a team of heroes. Let me say that. It's not just when you're the only man in the room. It's when it's the only you in the room. And then there's a lot of different people who are being themselves, that when they're being the yous. What I'm trying to say is that it takes a whole team of heroes. And why do I say that? It sounds pretty dumb, right? It's like, whoa, hero? Like, what do you mean by that? Just being the heroic version of yourself. Why would you want to do that? I don't want to have to work harder. I'm not getting paid more to do that. The reason for it is because I believe not only does it help you grow as a person, under the right conditions, under the right leadership, under the right beliefs, under the belief of God, you'll want to do it for no other reason than you want to do it. If the conditions are correct. Because people don't want to be in a room. I believe this. I'm going to go ahead and just say this and see if it sounds right. I think it's going to sound right. People don't want to be in a room with a person who has their wheels spinning in the mud, so to speak. Would you rather be in a room with a group of people with their wheels spinning in the mud, grumpy and yada yada yada? Would you rather be in a room full of heroes? I think that's a personal preference. But the condition of having your wheels spinning in the mud, I would like to think is a temporary thing, or should be at least a temporary thing. The expression "shit happens." But here's the thing, and here's the thing why some people say I'm a gosh darn superhero, and I don't like that expression. But there is a little bit of truth to it, and here's why. Not because I'm supernatural, not because I'm a vampire, but because people spiritually, through love and the spiritual connectiveness that they have with me and with each other, not just with me, people are connected to each other. They can sense when things ain't right. They can pick up on it. I know a lot of people who are very, very, very better than I am at saying, "Oh, look at that guy over there. He ain't right." And I'm very, very obvious when I ain't right because my energy is like it's a big thing. Part comes with being a vampire, comes with being an alpha male, comes with having a lot of people who are connected with me. I don't understand it. To be frank, to be 100% honest and transparent, I can't feel my own energy. I wish I could. I just know the result. People are like, dude, do you want, I had a person today, I had a long day. I went to the gym and relaxing a bit. I was standing outside and a young guy out of nowhere just like, dude, do you want my jacket? And I said, I didn't say it. I was like, I don't know you. It's like, here, take my jacket. Take my hoodie. Here, you want this? Want my hoodie? And I thought to myself, I'm like, my energy must be that bad when there's a stranger saying, "Hey, bud, I don't know what's up with you right now, but I'm gonna give you my jacket." Clearly, I'm feeling better than I was earlier, and today was a good indicator of things to come as far as difficult conditions. Do I get in bad moods? Unfortunately, so. Do I recover from my bad moods? Yes. Comes with being a superhero. Comes with having a lot of people uh, love you, be connected to you, and spirituality and praying to God comes with that. Not just being alone. Like if I was just alone, I would just be just be cranky, spinning my wheels, in a bad mood. That ain't the case, and it's not really my choice. I do have choices and things, but when it comes down to it, people are going to pull me up, pull me out of that thinking. Not, and I am grateful for it, but at the same time, I'm like, but I'm used to it. I'm used to it. So, I'm going to try my best. When it comes to my life in certain respects, like I should take care of some things in my life better. It's true. But as far as, being considerate of other people, today was kind of a wake up call for that. It's not so much, it's pretty obvious that, I'm used to like helping other people or whatever, but I know it's going to get more intense. And today was a wake up call for that. I was thinking today, well, what if I lose my job? What if I have to find another job? And so, well, my brain went there. My brain was like, different job, huh? Well, that happens, But I'm not in the disposition or the belief or the inclination to give up. Give up at what I'm trying to do. What am I trying to do? Trying to grow up, trying to be a leader. Trying to continue down my life, doing spiritual things, making videos, reading books, keeping things going as they are. I'm not complaining about the whole being in a spiritual web network of individuals who love me. I'm not complaining about that. I'm in a good mood right now. I had a shitty day. Like, not too bad, but just wasn't really feeling good today. But I think that's part of the wake up call, the awareness of it. I mean, I say I wasn't feeling good, but I wasn't feeling that bad. Overall, I felt pretty good. But compared to the last few days, I feel like, I've kind of been. Like, I've experienced, like, these kind of situations. I know I need to reposition some of my thinking. I'm okay with that. With the cold weather and everything, it's not that big a deal. It's gonna be a lot of fun riding a gosh darn bicycle in the snow. I'll tell you that much. But this guy has dealt with some extreme cold from Colorado, where it was. If it ever gets too bad, I'll just take an Uber. You know, I am actually really. This is probably one of the biggest benefits of being loved by a lot of people and being connected is that I have every reason to be depressed right now. I feel like I can justify it. My body wants to go there, but it ain't. It's nice. And like recently, I haven't even really been like uh, thinking about my vampirism very much, my vampire energy and stuff like that. I've just kind of been, you know, going about things, not really actively thinking about it. It's there, throughout the day. Feel it. You can be aware that, and that's why I go to the gym a lot. It's really good for me. I feel it, energy and transformations and stuff like that. Not any major transformations, but here and there, some of those major transformations may come up. It's kind of funny. As a side note, I think today I was eating something and I was like, one of the effects of being in a higher level transformation of vampirism is that I lose the ability to taste food. So I'm like eating my food, and then I notice that I can't taste. I'm not tasting my food, and I'm like, I think I know what's going on. And plus, I was feeling like, and the situation made sense. Like I was like feeling uncomfortable for whatever reason. I won't go into it, but I was like, yeah, this food doesn't taste like anything. It's kind of strange. I was just laughing to myself because I know I've experienced. I have experienced being a vampire. And I don't think anything of it. Like, I know that my body's response to things just like anything else. It's like, I know that the vampire inside of me ain't trying to do me no harm, so to speak. It's just doing its thing. So, so that as an example, I have not been actively trying to push myself to be in leadership or like vampire transformations or anything like that. I've been mostly kind of regular Joe, if you will. I think I'm going to continue that as well. Um, because it's a good way to connect with people. And it's a good way for me to just, you know, la di da, which, I'm grateful to be able to do. And it's usually ain't nothing wrong with being a person going la di da di da di da, you know, uh, just being a silly person, being silly, being a person, you know, just like everybody else. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And it's usually a good way to go about things. Because I know if a situation arises, I got my leadership abilities and I got my vampire abilities, so I'm pretty relaxed. But winter is coming. As they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. So anyways, appreciate y'all for watching, and these videos are helpful for me. Just to see myself, and to be honest, myself and with others. And sharing is good. So, anyways, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go. Kind of restless. I'm probably not gonna sleep. Just actually, I think it might be a good idea for me to sleep less. So I'm a little bit more tired. Sometimes it's helpful. But also, I'm pretty restless. I feel like right now there's a lot of people I'm kind of worried about me, to be honest. Alright, y'all. Have a good night. Bye.